and welcome to Community Showcase. I'm Janis Lane. Now, many of you probably have a nickname, and most of the time, those names fit us to a T. Well, today you'll meet not one, but two men who have adopted the nickname Mr. Atomic. To confuse you even further, they are twins. Now, if Mr. Atomic rings a bell, you've probably seen some of their boldly colorful and off-the-wall creations displayed at the Collector's Corner Gallery at the Toledo Museum of Art, on the walls of Grumpy's Deli, and a room full at the Seagate Gallery. Now, without further ado, I introduce you to Mr. Atomic. I guess we should say in stereo here.
That's Mr. Atomic.
No, that is.
So, how did you get the name? What does the name mean? You didn't. It's not on your birth certificate.
Seriously, we were caught in a nuclear incident in the Nevada
3 Mile
Flats.
Island.
The Nevada Flats in the late 50s, and we suffered a lot of brain damage at that time, and from then on we felt singularly motivated to be artists of an unusual sort.
And if you don't buy that, then it was at a restaurant up in Detroit. It was really at a restaurant up there.
So it will always stay a mystery. Oh, it was?
No, it was
okay.
at a restaurant.
Okay.
We had gone up there to have breakfast, relax for the day, and we decided to toss this idea around. So he came up with Atomic, and I came up with Mr., which sounds like a simple addition, but...
So we thought Atomic Mr. didn't sound very right.
Yeah, so we switched around, and voila, there we go.
Well, talk about some of your work here. I'm just fascinated with it. I truly am. This is part of a series, right?
Yeah, 2 series. The Mr. Atomics are not the rectangular paintings. These are acrylic paintings. Most of these were the Bob and Trixie series, which I had an obese family who would get together and have comedic moments together. The second series is my Mr. Atomic, which are our Mr. Atomic, which are the cutouts, and they're the ones we dreamed up about 2 years ago, and that's what we're currently focusing on.
And before he goes on too quickly, it was my girlfriend Rebecca Collins that started it.
Such a touching moment. What's the story behind this one here? I see, if you can move closer to me, and we'll let the camera get a tight shot of this. Here you've got Bob and Trixie on rollerblades, and the dogs are wearing helmets. What's the story
I'm trying to recall the title, because I got so many paintings, so many titles. This is Bob and Trixie. This is just a series where I was trying to dream up a different terrain, and basically I came up with a boardwalk and
where do you get the ideas, the style? The style is so unique.
Under 8 words, Michael.
Under 8 words, I'd say it was just me. Now the dogs.
It was just me. That's where the idea came.
That's 7.
Just
One more,
me.
Michael.
And it just came out.
6 words. The dogs are. One of the dogs was mine. Another is a neighbor. And basically, I just enjoy playing with a lot of color.
Do the dogs actually wear helmets? The real dogs?
Well, no.
Okay.
No. So I have some artistic liberty.
Right, they're not a
No, he doesn't beat
dogs.
them, and that's not to protect them from injury or anything.
Okay, and over on the wall we see a pig that is wearing what, those go-go boots? Or?
Yeah, well, it looks like go-go.
Toeless go-go boots.
What we do is occasionally we'll write a little poem to go with a piece if we feel moved toward it.
And that stands out from the wall, I noticed.
Yeah, it stands out about 3/4 of an inch because I put some separators there. So.
And if that doesn't work, what we'll do is hang the picture and then we'll push the wall back.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That also emphasizes the 3-dimensional look.
Both of you paint. Both of you do this. And this is with acrylic or oil? Or?
These are on, the Mr. Atomics are enamel, where these are acrylics.
Well, technically, we don't both paint. Actually, I paint, and Michael applies the paint to my brush.
I clean the brushes.
Okay, all right.
But I wouldn't get rid of him for anything. He cleans the best brush.
Not for $3 an hour. I do a pretty good job.
So it's safe to say Mr. Atomic does the paintings, though. But now this one came from your brush, right?
Right.
You did the rollerblades and the dogs with the helmets.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
And then over here on this far wall, Looks like we've got some hats.
That's sort of like a...
Hats from outer space.
You're actually probably referring to the spaceships up in the air.
Well, I was...
I just enjoyed like a surrealistic...
Well, they could be flying hats. It's the Three Stooges hats when they were in drag.
Actually, what's kind of interesting, these two vehicles are actually two of the vehicles that were remnants of the Pearl Harbor bombing. They're the actual vehicles that were left from the bombing. And when I saw them, it sort of inspired me to do a picture.
But isn't that a pool table the dogs are in?
Yeah. But I know it also implies it's like a grass green, and they're running across, and actually the rabbit's got the dog's bone. There's a little story in it, but...
How long does it take to, when you get the idea, what happens? How long does it take to get it out on canvas, and what all happens in that process? What comes out of that mind of yours?
He simply squeezes the paint, and I apply the brush.
I squeeze the paint, and I let the genius take over.
May I speak for him?
Yes, you can.
Basically, we have a concept, and just like everybody else, we draw it out on whether it's the Mr. Atomics or whether it's the on-canvas paintings that we've done recently. We sketch the idea out and just start experimenting with color.
Yeah. And let your imagination just run free.
And what's really nice with acrylics or enamel, if we make mistakes that we do all the time, we can cover them right up. If you have watercolor, it's a little difficult.
Like, one mistake he didn't change was that man's hand is really big, the one that you're seeing on the screen right now. And I told him that. It was way out of proportion. Go back and change that, but he never did.
I like that, though. I like the way that you've got writings on some of them, and I'm just very fascinated. I truly am. If someone wants to get in touch with you, I know they're not going to find Mr. Atomic in the residential portion of the white pages. How do they reach you, Mr. Atomic?
Through their ham radios.
What we do is we hire planes, and they spell out our phone numbers up in the air.
So look to the skies to find your phone numbers.
Look to the skies for the answer. You know, we've always known that, and that's true in this case also.
Okay, all right. And if you guys can't find the answer in the skies for Mr. Atomic, just contact me and I'll let you know. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, stay tuned as we take you to a few hot spots. You can find Mr. Atomic and other artists next on Community Showcase.